Good day, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in and for liking all of these videos, for sharing all of these videos. It means a lot to me, but it also, I'm hoping it means a lot to you too. Hopefully you can take some inspiration, some thought for the day to help you through these times that we're going through, that we're all living through. I want to invite you to join us, especially tomorrow. I plan to have a really cool special guest with me, and his name is Matt Allred. He's a senior in high school, and he's going to graduate this year, and we'll be talking with him. So join us tomorrow for that. Today, I just kind of wanted to focus on, and it's probably going to be a quick video, but it just got me thinking about a verse, and it's from Matthew chapter 6, verse 34, where Jesus says on the famous Sermon on the Mount, he says, "Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." And I think that's pretty right on the mark. We should be taking one day at a time. And essentially, that's the way we should be living in the first place. And I don't think a lot of us take that initiative when we are so busy in our lives and we have all these things going on and our schedules are just packed and there's just so many things for us to do. We tend to live each day for the next day and for the next day and for the next day. I mean, our calendars itself expose that. But one thing that I've learned in my life, and it was a good practice to start putting into my life, was that today is all you got. Today is the day. And if you make it through today, you're good. Tomorrow is tomorrow. Tomorrow will worry about itself. You've been blessed with a life for today. God has granted you another day. You've woken up, and there are things to do for today. Not tomorrow, but today. And I think a lot of people are struggling with, how am I going to get through yet another day of the same doldrum? You know, I kind of talked about, or briefly humorized Groundhog's Day yesterday in my video, and that's not too far off the mark, man. You know, this can become Groundhog's Day real quick. Every day starting to seem like the same thing. Every day starting to seem like it's the same boredom, tasks, whatever you're going through, whatever it is that you try and get through your day. But you never really look at the fact that it's about getting through the day. As you know, I work with people in recovery, and I work with people in recovery from anywhere between substance addiction to anger management to anxiety and fear disorders. And, you know, I'm very passionate about that. But one thing that they've all got to do with these situations that they're in, and struggles and hangups and habits that they're dealing with, is they've got to win that day. So when they wake up in the morning, they've got to achieve something by the time they go to bed. They've got to achieve not becoming anxious in that day. And if they've done that by the time their head hits the pillow, that was their day. And it was a good day. Some people who are dealing with substance abuse issues, their day is wrapped around not using substance abuse or substances, or not abusing alcohol or whatever it is, but they are concentrated on that their entire day. And when their head hits the pillow, They didn't do that. That was their day. They won. Tomorrow will worry about itself. You got to get through this day to achieve what it is that you want. So what do you want? Because I know that I'm talking about a certain crowd of people who are dealing with these struggles. But let's just say yourself. What are you dealing with? What can you get through today? What do you need to combat? What do you need to battle? Is it boredom? Is it anxiety? Is it other struggles, hurts, habits, or hangups? What do you need to do to get to the end of the day to say, I did it, but tomorrow will worry about itself. Wake up, you do it again. Every day, one day at a time. A lot of people, you've heard that. Why do people in recovery always say one day at a time? Because literally, it's one day at a time. And I think us as a society, we missed that somewhere along the way. But now we're having to deal with it more than ever. And a lot of people are wrapping their heads around the fact that we are living it one day at a time because we have so much uncertainty going on in our lives that we don't know what's going to happen to the next day. We don't know what's going to happen next week. It could be better. It could be worse. We don't know. And that's why it's important to live one day at a time. Wake up. Deal with what you got to deal with. Battle it. If it's something that you don't want to get the best of you, deal with it. If it's something that you want to rise to the challenge on, go all the way. Do not worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will worry about itself. We have so many things going on in our life right now, even though we're at a standstill, even though that we're at a point in our lives where there's a lot of uncertainty. But one thing is still evident. One thing is still crystal clear. One thing is still very realistic. The sun will rise and the sun will go down. What will you do in between? How will you take on what happens between that sun up and sundown? Think about it. Be smart, be safe, be of God. Join me tomorrow with Matt Howard. Good day.